or what is responsible for the creation of Canada?
It started with Manifest Destiny in the 1840s.
Manifest destiny is a term for the attitude prevailing during the 19th century on the American expansion. The U.S. was destined to stretch from coast to coast, and the
helpful to Canada by encouraging Western settlement and removal of Native Americans.
In July of 1840, the Act of Union was passed, uniting Upper and Lower Canada.
The Act of Union's main provisions were the establishment of a single parliament, consolidation of debt, banishment of the French language from official government use, and suspension of specific French-Canadian institutions relating to education and civil law.
Then in 1849 the Rebellion Losses Bill was passed. The law enacted by the legislature of Canada was to compensate Lower Canadians who lost property during the rebellions.
The bill angered many people that the French Canadians were getting tax money.
Lord Elgin was the Governor-General who assented the Rebellion Losses Bill. Because he did this, an English mob beat him during a riot.
Despite the riots, this was an important step towards a responsible government for Canada.
The next important step towards becoming a country for Canada was the Corn Laws. They were laws to limit the importation grain into Canada, producing a larger market for the Canadian farmers. This also meant Canada had the chance to export more grain. These laws allowed Canada's economy to strengthen.
The American Civil War began in 1861. It influenced Canada. Some Canadians participated in the war and some supported the Union.
The next thing that contributed to Canada's independence was the conferences. The first conference was in Charlottetown, PEI, in September of 1864. The delegates eventually compromised, dividing powers between the General Parliament and the local provincial legislature.
In 1864, the Great Coalition formed. It helped break the political deadlock.
The debates of 1865 lasted just over a month and were one of the last factors leading up to the Canadian Federation.
In the debates, John A. Macdonald pressed for the advantages of strong central power. Alexander Gait put forward the economic arguments for union, and critic among them Christopher Duncan and A. Dorion expressed misgivings with prophetic insight.
Finally, 2 years after these debates, on July 1st, 1867, the B&A Act, which stands for British North American Act, was passed by the Parliament of Britain, and then Canada became a country, much smaller, of course, than the modern Canada, but still an independent federation. Bravo!